Howdy everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a special review for you guys. This book is a sequel. It is Here's to Us by Becky Albertalli and Silvera. I read the first book in 2019 when it first came out. Was it worth the wait? Was it worth the hype? We're about to find out. Before we can begin, make sure to hit that like button letting me know that you enjoy what you're watching. The book came out and I was so lazy to go get it physically. So I bought the Kindle version so I don't have a physical book to be like, but I'm gonna put it up right here for you guys. So this book picks up a couple of months after the first book ends. We find both Arthur and Ben in new relationships with other people. Ben is still trying to figure out his life, and Arthur has this new opportunity opening up doors for him, and it's going great. When it comes to these characters, I think they were a lot more fleshed out on this one than the first one, which is not common because normally a character would be well-rounded and all those good things. In the first book, one thing I did notice, especially in Adam's writings, is that a lot of his characters sound like what an adult thinks a teenager sounds like. It was giving off that Steve Buscemi meme. I know you guys know which one I'm talking about. It's this one right here. So Adam Silvera, I'm gonna like grill him because he can write Ben like to a T. Like I feel like he knows Ben and he's so well fleshed out. But there's this really cringy character named Dylan who's Ben's best friend, and he is so cringy. The shit that he says, I'm just kind of like, is that what he thinks teenagers sound like saying all these like things? It was kind of weird. I noticed that a lot, like the way he writes teenagers. I mean, I know I'm not a teenager myself, but I know that's not how they talk. Becky Albertalli, on the other hand, she did an amazing job, and I feel like she did a lot of the heavy lifting, especially with Arthur's parts. Like his parts were very emotionally driven, and you can tell she pours her heart out every scene that she writes. Something funny about this, because to me this is like her redemption. The last book I read from Becky Albertalli was Leah on the Offbeat, and that book put me on a reading slump. Like I hated it so bad, and never read anything from Becky Albertalli since. So this to me was her redemption. Like she proved herself. She didn't need to prove herself, but she proved herself. When it comes to the story, the first half was very much what I expected, and it hooked me, which is good because you want to be hooked. It was only when we got to the middle. The middle was a little bit when things start to fizzle out, and it was just kind of like, not boring. Boring is not the word. Stale. Like
they ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
It's like nothing's happening for the most part. But then the gods heard my prayers, and the final act gave me everything I needed and more. I was very much satisfied with the ending. Everything happened organically, and all the ducks were in the row by the end of it. This is a witty, cutesy, queer love story that's bound to be on like everybody's must-read list next year. I gave this book a 4 out of 5. It's just that middle section that took away that star, but overall this was a great story. This book really was like a redemption for both of them. If anything, Adam Silvera doesn't have that much more to improve on, but Adam Silvera has never been one of those authors that I'm like excited to read because, like I mentioned, a lot of his character work is kind of cringy. So yeah, overall 4 out of 5. This was a great read. Really enjoyed it. If you enjoy queer love stories, this is for you. It's not something it's not heartbreaking. It's not one of those like somber queer love stories. This is pretty much just happy-go-lucky. So that's about it for this review. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you guys have a nice day. Peace and love.